what's up everybody, Tyler from TenthumbsPro.com coming at you with a new guitar tutorial like we do every single Monday. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to play with a band. There's a big leap from going from learning a couple songs at home in your garage or on your couch to actually jamming with the full band with drums, bass, and everything else. The first time I did it, I felt very lost. So here are 5 tips, well that's 10, here are 5 tips to help you make that transition. Printable tabs for this lesson and all our lessons by becoming a Patreon, links in the notes. Skype lessons one-on-one if interested. But if you came just because you're ready to jam with the band, that's cool. I dig it and I respect it. Why don't you go ahead and grab your guitar? Acoustic or electric, brain and attention span. Once you have those 3 things, follow me on in and let's break this lesson down together. Come on in, let's do it. Okay, so we're going to talk about 5 levels of jamming with a band, 5 tiers of this activity, and you can kind of just jump in when you're jamming with your band and do the one that you're more comfortable with, okay? So the first one that we're going to do is we're going to play a simple chord on the downbeat. Now this whole time we're only going to be using 2 chords. We're going to use the A minor 7 and the D dominant. I'll be playing a D9, but I want you to know you can follow along with the traditional A minor 7 up here and a D7 up here as well. Now, if you want to learn a new chord shape, or if you don't know these chord shapes, or if you already do and you're comfortable with them, cool. I'm also playing an A minor 7 up here by putting my middle finger on the 5th fret of the E string, and my ring finger is playing the 5th fret of the G, of the D, G, and B strings. That's also A minor 7. And then I'm coming down and playing this D9. The D9 is a dominant chord, so it serves the same purpose as a D7. It's just a little funkier. Middle finger, 5th fret of the A string. Pointer finger, 4th fret of the D string. And your middle and your pinky can play the 5th fret of both the G and the B string, or you can use your ring finger to play the 5th fret of the G and the B string. That's your D9 chord. So the first step is what I call playing on the downbeat, or just playing on the chord changes one time. You can do this with a pick, and you can strum through. Or you can do it with the fingers and pluck all these chords on the changes. And you would do this, now it's not always going to be on the 1 beat. Sometimes chords change on an off beat on the 1st and 3rd beat. Sometimes it's every other measure. But for this example, we're changing on the 1st beat of each time through, which is the overall the most common. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we're doing, the reason that we're doing that is because when you are just learning to go with a band, you're probably not aware of your sonic responsibility or your overall level of responsibility in the playing. What do I mean by that? When you're playing alone and you're strumming a chord and you're singing a song, the river runs deep and the water is cold as ice. You're probably not aware that you're actually playing the role of the entire band. You're doing the harmony, which are the chords, the melody, which is your voice. The river runs deep and the water is cold as ice. And you're also doing the rhythm, which is the strum pattern. Those are the 3 elements of music: harmony, melody, and rhythm. Okay? So you have all of those, but now all of a sudden you have a drummer. The rhythm's taken care of. You got a bass player. And that actually implies the harmony. So you can play a band with just bass and drums and a singer because you have all the elements covered. The guitar, what it's doing is just beefing up all those elements. And it helps to bridge everything together. helps it kind of make the drums and the bass and everything stick together a little more. So because there are other people taking care of other responsibilities, you can take a less's approach more. And that's why we're doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So why don't we go ahead and try that with a jam track? Phase 2, adding a strum pattern. The strum pattern should build up off of what you got going, but it also should listen to the drums and kind of find something that works with that drum style. It should also be within your ability to play. Going for a fancy strum pattern that you can't play will sound worse than a simple one that you can play. And feel free to give it variance. Feel free to add some movement to it. For this particular example, we're gonna go down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up. A great 16th strum and a really nice funky one, a disco strum, pop strum. Really versatile in any kind of music that makes people dance. Down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up. Also, the strum pattern, when slowed down, sounds great for rock ballads like Linger by the Cranberries, for example. Okay, so let's go ahead and just play that strum pattern a couple times. I'll articulate it so we get it under our fingers. Down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and try to put the backing track up and mix that up with the backing track. Step number 4, finger picking. All right, so we're gonna do a basic finger picking for this one. We're just gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, playing every 8th note. What I'm doing, so you can see my hand here, is I'm doing thumb, index, middle, ring. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you can't count music, super important that you learn how. I'll put a link up here into a tutorial that I have on counting music. You really, really, really need to be able to count music because it's going to improve your strumming. It's going to improve your musicianship. It's going to improve your ability to break down what you're listening to. It's going to improve your ability to know what your drummer is playing. There's just so many benefits, and even musicians that don't know anything about theory know how to count, all right? So we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Just getting some fills in. We're going to talk a little bit about the scale a little later. Well, let's do that with the jam track real quick. Okay, number four. Number four is using riffs, double stops, ideas that might seem not necessarily like rhythm because they could be single note lines or double note lines, but actually function as a rhythm. So let's take a look at a riff that we're going to use for some rhythm playing. Okay, so for this particular riff that I wrote, I just kind of used chord tones from the chords. And it helps to know some more complicated arpeggios or just arpeggios across the fretboard in general, because all I'm essentially doing is just walking through the chord tones of an A minor chord. A, C, E, G. That makes an A minor 7. Those are all the notes in an A minor 7. And I'm using those notes to create a riff that sounds like this. 5th fret, 1, and index finger on the 3rd fret on the off beat. Then on the 2nd beat, I'm sliding into that E note from the D note, 5 to 7 with my ring finger, then the off beat with my index finger. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And all that is happening over the A minor chord. Super basic, simple riff. I wanted to keep this idea not too intricate because you can get a lot more complex with it. It's just a single note, single line riff. Then we're going to go another arpeggio idea, D note. This is our root, F sharp, which is our major 3rd. Do, do, do. Up here to the 5th interval, which is an A note. And then I'm going to come up and I'm going to, oops, do, 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 hammer into the D note from the C note, flat 7th, which means the 7 in a D7, and back to the D. Again, all chord tones in a D9 or a D7. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Oops. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 A lot of value in knowing how to make arpeggios with these shapes, especially on the E and the A strings, but not just that, because you're able to create some really cool, interesting rhythmic ideas just by playing chord tones. You don't have to always play all the notes. Do, 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 do. To see how this works with the band, why don't we go ahead and do this idea with the backing track. Tier number 5, this is the full-on solo. To do this, first you have to identify the key. The particular key of the song we're playing in is A minor. Then a great place to start, you can go beyond this and use modes and other cool intervals and chord tones, but a great place to start is the minor pentatonic. The A minor pentatonic, shape 1, home row, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. Cool little extensions on the 3rd frets here. And slide that 7th fret up to 9, and you get 8, 10, 8, 10 as well. Now, this isn't really a soloing lesson, but this is kind of just an idea of how these ideas work. You should learn the A minor up there, and then you should learn the extensions, and then after that, you should kind of go for learning all 5 shapes. So I'll put those, actually there's so many links, I'll put them below, so you can start your exploration into soloing, okay? But really what you're doing is just jamming that scale with the band. Some ideas to know your root note, know where your A notes are, because they're a great place to resolve your ideas or finish your solo. It's cool also too to know where your D notes are. So as you're soloing, you can emphasize those other notes, because by playing and finding chord tones in the scale, your phrasing is going to stick to the harmony better. One last tip too is let these things breathe. The notes that you don't play are as important as the notes that you do play. So why don't we turn the backing track on and shred just a little bit. Cool, everyone. Thank you so much for watching to the very end. Here at TenthumbsPro.com, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking and rolling with us. If you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a lesson. Think about becoming a Patreon, cheaper than a cheap cheeseburger. Starts at just $1 creation, caps as low as $1 a month, tabs for all the lessons, present and the future and the past. That's a pretty good deal, right? And until next time, keep on rocking and rolling. Life is good, and now you're ready to rock with that band. If you get a band, tag me at TenthumbsPro.com. I'd love to hear you play. And until next time, life is good. Take care of yourselves, friends. Ladies and gentlemen, I would real quick like to say thank you for watching me in